Hello from Seoul. So many people are saying, Aaron, making gimbap looks complicated. I'm not sure I can do that. Enough is enough. Gimbap to Koreans is like the sandwich to Americans. Do you think making sandwich is difficult? No, not at all, right? So today, with this one video, let me make you a gimbap master. Alright, are you guys ready? Let's get started. Today, we're gonna be making gimbap, Korean seaweed rice rolls. Since there are lots and lots of beautiful fillings in the rolls, you may think making gimbap is quite complicated. But the thing is, as long as you have these two bad boys, dry seaweed and rice, you can call it gimbap, which means these are the most important ingredients. So before we start, let's talk about them a little more. First, rice. When making gimbap, we need to use this kind of short grain rice because it really needs to stick to the ingredients to hold the shape. So make sure to get some short grain rice. If you use long grain rice, you're gonna see a waterfall made of rice. If that happens, I'm not responsible. Next, dry seaweed. What kind of dry seaweed you use really affects the taste because it's seaweed rolls. So you gotta use good quality dry seaweed. What? You have no idea which one is good? So you want me to teach you how to pick good seaweed? Well, I know some stuff, but I think today's sponsor, the Korea Fisheries Association, which manages marine products in Korea, will do the best job for you. The Korea Fisheries Association is the organization that manages seafood produced across the country, and they strive to deliver safe and delicious food by managing product quality and country of origin, which means they provide Korea's healthiest and the most delicious products at the highest quality. If you visit their official Amazon store called K Seafood Pavilion, you can see various products endorsed by the Korean Fisheries Association. And my pick for today's recipe is Seongyeonggim, one of the best seaweed brands in Korea. Since it's double baked, it's not tough, but it has a soft and crispy texture. And even the ingredients they go into each of their products, like salt and oil, have been selected meticulously to take it to the next level. Yeah, that's right, they don't compromise on taste. Besides the products for cooking, they also have various snacks that you can casually enjoy. They are all delicious, nutritious, and trustworthy. So do not miss the chance to enjoy them. If you'd like to try one of these, the best quality of Korean seafood, click my link down below and get 25% off your order. You want to experience the real taste of Korea? K Seafood Pavilion will be with you. Thank you for sponsoring this video, the Korea Fisheries Association. Alright, let's move on to the fillings that will make our gimbap more beautiful and nutritious. For this, you will need yellow pickled radish, spinach, a wedding bouquet, carrot, egg, and some beef. That's it. But if you could also get some gimbap ham or imitation crab meat, bring them all. With these bad boys, you will have no problem opening up your own gimbap restaurant. You're welcome. First, let's prep the spinach. Fill your pot with enough water and bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, add 1 teaspoon of salt. It's not just for seasoning, it's gonna help the spinach to keep its vibrant color. Remember, green always makes your dish look fancy. And then add 250 grams of spinach and blanch it for 30 seconds. Well, it doesn't have to be exactly 30 seconds, but it has to be that quick because we still want that beautiful bite. Once that's done, remove it from the pot and dunk it in some cold water. Otherwise, it will keep cooking and you may end up with some weird spinach puree or something. Once it's cool enough to handle, squeeze out the water and transfer it to a mixing bowl. Now we're gonna add half a tablespoon of minced garlic, a quarter teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil, half a tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds, and give that a good mix. Here, you're not doing the laundry. Just untangle your spinach and toss them in the bowl. That's it. So simple, right? This time, carrot. Get yourself 1 large carrot and cut it into matchsticks. The thinner, the better, because that way, it looks more beautiful. But if you're not super confident with your knife skills, like Claire, you can use a mandolin slicer. No problem at all. Now add 1 tablespoon of oil to a pan and heat it over medium heat. Once it gets nice and hot, add your carrot, a pinch of salt, and let it cook for about 2 minutes. And once it starts to soften, remove it from the pan and set it aside. If you cook it in the pan until it's completely cooked, you can have that vibrant color and great texture. So you don't have to cook it all the way through, but don't worry about it. The remaining heat will do the job for you. Remember, gimbap is all about color and texture. Now let's prep the eggs. In a small container, crack 4 large eggs, add a pinch of salt, and whisk it all together. And then in a clean pan, add half a tablespoon of oil and coat the bottom with some paper towels. Turn on the heat to medium, and once it's heated, pour half of the beaten eggs and immediately tilt your pan from side to side to spread it out evenly. Once it's cooked on both sides, you can remove it from the pan and repeat this process. Once they are cool enough to handle, fold it in half twice and cut it into little matchsticks. I know it seems kind of a hassle, so you may just want to skip this step, but trust me, this little detail will make it more beautiful and fancy. This time, let's prep our beef. Get yourself 300 grams of beef and cut it into nice big chunks. If you could get this kind of thinly sliced beef, that's the best because it's more tender. But even if you can't get this, don't worry about it. Just get a regular steak and cut it into thin slices. No problem at all. Now transfer it to a mixing bowl. And then to that, add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, half a tablespoon of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of sugar, half a tablespoon of mirin, 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil, a few shakes of black pepper, and give it a good mix. Yeah, that's right, it's your favorite Korean barbecue, bulgogi. This beautiful bulgogi goes into your rice roll and it will take it to the next level. And if you could keep this in the fridge for at least 30 minutes, that would be more delicious. But as always, my hungry bird at home can't wait that long. So let's just get cooking. Add 1 tablespoon of oil in a pan and heat it over medium-high heat. Once the pan gets nice and hot, add in your beef and cook for about 4 to 5 minutes. Here, make sure to keep stirring it until most of the liquid has evaporated. Otherwise, you will end up with some burst and tater the gimbap that nobody wants. Lastly, let's season our rice. In a large mixing bowl, add 4 cups of cooked rice, 1.5 tablespoons of toasted sesame oil, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame seeds. And then using a spatula, give it a good mix without mashing up the rice. For information, when making gimbap, rice works better when it's room temperature. So if it's super hot, let it cool off a little bit. Alright, it's time to assemble. On top of your bamboo mat, place your dry seaweed with the shiny side down and the rough side up. Because that way, it will be a lot more beautiful and give you a better texture. And then add 3/4 of a cup of cooked rice and spread it out, but not all the way up. Leave it about 2 inches from the top. I said 3/4 of a cup as a guideline, but it doesn't really matter how much rice you put. What's more important is that we should spread it out thinly and evenly. That's the key. So if you see some spots that have more rice than the others, take it off a little bit and fill in those empty spots. Alright, let's start adding our fillings. Egg, carrot, spinach, imitation crab meat, ham or sausage, yellow pickled radish, and our bulgogi. Now we can just start rolling. How? Just follow my lead. Place your thumbs under the bamboo mat and hold all the fillings with your other fingers and just tightly roll it. Once you reach the top edge of the rice, press it hard, making sure all the fillings are inside, and then just roll it all the way up. And place your gimbap seam side down, because that way they will continue to hold the shape and filling. Now repeat the process with the remaining ingredients. That's it, it's not that difficult, right? Now let's slice our gimbap. But before we do that, let's coat our gimbap and knife with a generous amount of toasted sesame oil. Because the rice is so sticky, if you don't coat them, it will stick to the knife and everything is gonna fall apart like a dry sand castle. Once that's done, slice them up very gently. Now all you have left is just place them on a serving plate. And there you have it, your beautiful restaurant quality gimbap. How does it look? It looks absolutely delicious, right? Alright, let's coat our taste tester. Claire?
Oh my gosh! Gimbap! This is absolutely one of my favorite comfort food. When I was a little kid, My mom woke up early in the morning and made this for me. If I had to go to a picnic or field trip, and even now, I really love it. It's a quick lunch. Can't wait to try. Let's give it a go. 와, 비주얼은 엄마한테 미안한데 너무 예쁘다. 너무 작정하고 예쁘게 만든 거 아니야? 대단한 걸 먹어봅시다. Look at this. 이 녀석으로 해보겠습니다. 얼굴이 다 가려질 정도로 정말 크네. Ready? 와, 일단 누가 김밥 아니랄까봐 밥이랑 김이랑 그 참기름의 조합이 너무 좋아. 거기다가 진짜 아낌없이 재료를 넣어줘가지고 진짜 말 그대로 it's all about the texture다. 완전히 그냥 뭐 식감 때문에 먹는 그런 느낌이야. 일단 단무지. 입에서 막 아삭아삭 씹히는 거 소리까지 막 들리면서 진짜 ASMR 하듯이 먹는 그런 기분이고, 당근에서 오는 그런 아삭함도 좀 단무지랑 좀 다른 느낌으로 되게 맛있는데다가 맨 끝부분에는 그 불고기의 향이 샤라락 그냥 입을 감싸네. 너무 좋은데? 맛있다. 역시 재료를 많이 넣어주긴 해줘야겠네. 그러니까 하나만 더 먹자. 진짜 맛있어. 불고기 넣길 잘했다. 너무 맛있다. It literally takes to the next level. So good, so good. 아니 근데 제일 중요한 꽁다리가 어디 갔어? 그게 제일 맛있는 부분인데 혼자 다 먹은 거 아니야? 그게 못생겼긴 했는데 그게 제일 맛있는 부분이란 말이야. 가져오세요. 오케이, 땡큐. 와, 이거 어마무시하다 진짜. 우후! Makes me even happier. 와, 이거 장난 아니다. 아이고, 자신이 없어. 야, 와, 이거 뭐야? 완전 장난 아니야. I know everybody is waiting for my challenge, so I'm gonna give this a try. Challenge accepted. 진짜 볼이 터질 것 같은 그 정도의 크기긴 했는데 맛은 진짜 맛있긴 맛있다. 역시 꽁다리가 최고야. Don't miss the best part, okay? 아니 근데 김밥을 먹는데 떡볶이나 라면 정도는 있어야 되는 거 아니야? Make some ramen or 떡볶이!
Today, I showed you how to make gimbap, one of the most popular Korean foods. How was it? Of course, it may look quite complicated because there are so many ingredients to prep. But with a little bit of patience and technique that I showed you in this video, making a restaurant quality gimbap is not difficult. So try it. And if you do, you're gonna have one of the most gorgeous and delicious bites that you ever had. I guarantee it. Alright, this is it for today. Don't forget to buy my book, and I'll see you next time.